All right, guys, so let's just recap. This is what the GCF of two monomials is. So if we looked at 15x squared, let's see, does that work? 15x squared, and we looked at 45x. Let's just do that. What do they have in common? 15 and 45. What's the biggest number that goes into 15 that also goes into 45 evenly? 15 does. So we're going to start with the 15. And then we're going to think about the variables. So look at x squared and x. How many x's do these two terms have in common? They have one x in common. So for this example, 15x is the GCF of 15x squared and 45x. So that's where we left off in class. And this is the last piece of what you have to do for tonight's homework. Tonight's homework is going to give you algebraic expressions like this. 4x plus 8. Okay, so that's a binomial. And you're going to be asked to factor a binomial. So that's different than factoring a monomial. Factoring a binomial, we want to write this binomial as something times something. So we need to look at each one of these terms and think about them separately, 4x and 8. And we need to figure out what is the GCF of 4x and 8. Okay? So the only thing that 4x and 8 have in common is 4. The GCF is 4. Once you know the GCF, then you can divide both of these terms by the 4. If I divide this by 4 and divide this by 4, basically I'm working backwards. This is like the distributive property in reverse. So if I write that, hang on, this is a plus sign, guys. Let me clean that up. If I take out a 4 from each of the terms, if I pull out the 4 by division from each of my terms, I can express 4x plus 8 is the same as 4 times x plus 2. Now that is factored. So it's really the distributive property in reverse. We can check our math. We can now just check it and see, yeah, if I distribute, that's the same thing as 4x plus 4. So if you're asked to factor, here, I'll write this down. Factor a binomial. We're going to get this better next time. Factor a binomial means means to pull out, and by that I mean divide the GCF. All right, let's try one more. I'm going to erase this example. So tonight you're going to try a few of these things. So if I gave you something like, 25m minus 10. Okay, right now you guys should be asking yourself, what is 25m and 10, what do they have in common? What's the biggest thing they have in common? It's a 5. Right? So I can divide 25m by 5. I can divide 10 by 5. Or, I don't even really have to do this. I can do that part in my head. I know that some of you guys are going to be happy about that. I can just say, okay, if I pull the 5 out, 25m divided by 5, 5m is left over. I'm going to bring this sign down. Minus 10 divided by 5 is 2. Try it.